Not every scooterist, but every scooter fanatic would be familiar with the Honda Gyro. But how many of you guys are familiar with this? This is the Honda Stream. Now you might think that the Honda Gyro is the original three-wheeling Honda scooter, but you'd be wrong. This is the scooter that started it all. But before we get ahead of ourselves, back to the Honda Gyro. Now the first generation Honda Gyro was the Gyro X. This one here. Probably my personal favorite, and it was introduced in 1982. Now the Gyro X was such a success, it went on to spawn many other gyro variants. But before the Gyro X, there was the Honda Stream, the original three-wheeling leaning scooter. So the Honda Stream is powered by a 49cc two-stroke engine. It delivers a whopping 3 kilowatts or 4 horsepower. Earth-shattering performance. Now it weighs around 74 kilos, which isn't exactly light for an old school scooter, but consider this bad boy has 3 wheels, it's not too bad either. Not only does this thing have 3 wheels, it's fitted with groundbreaking technology for the time. It's probably the first ever scooter to be fitted with an LSD rear differential. Far out, right? Now it's got a few imperfections. It's a bit rough, it's a bit scratched up, but nothing that I can't fix, nothing that won't buff out. But this here is what it's meant to look like in all of its glory, looking absolutely fantastic. It's so ugly, it's cool. I like to call it ugly cool. If you look hard enough, you squint a little bit, it kind of looks like maybe a Honda Spacey and the first generation Honda Elite got together and had a love child, and this is what spawned of it. If you squint hard enough, look hard enough, you can kind of imagine it a bit like a drift trike. So its official name is the Honda NV50, or more commonly known as the TB07, and it's packed with some pretty damn cool features. Unlike a normal bike that's fitted with a center stand or maybe even a side stand, this guy has none of that, but in its place it has this very cool lever. By pulling the lever, it locks it. It stops it from falling over, but more importantly, it stops it from going forwards and backwards. It's like a park brake. Very cool. There is no under-seat storage, but in its place, it's got these storage compartments up front and in front of your legs. The dashboard is directly from the 1980s. This has to be the coolest dash on all scooters. Check it out. The lights don't actually work, but you can imagine it, right? But the best thing about this scooter, the best single feature is this. The way it leans over. I mean, check this out. That is all 3 wheels on the ground leaning. So what's the history on this little scooter? To be honest with you, I'm not too sure, but this is how I got it. All hacked up, all destroyed, and just absolutely unloved. It has no keys, the wiring harness has been hacked, it's not in very good shape. I do know the previous owner had it on a farm, and all he used to do with it was ride it to his letterbox and back to collect the mail. That's the only history I have on this bike. But having said that, what would you guys like to see me do with this little bike here? How would you guys build this? What would you guys like to see me do with this build? How would you guys build this bike? Leave a comment down below and let me know. While you're there, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can follow on with this epic build. I guess you're wondering, Does it start? Does it ride? Well, let's find out. It does start, but it's having a bit of trouble. Alright, there you go. It's running. It's alive. I don't know if it's going to allow me to ride it, but easy on the revs. We're going to leave this one here. Next episode, we're going to start tearing into this thing. The restoration actually begins. So till then, like, subscribe, make sure you leave a comment, tell me what you want to do with this thing. See you on the next one.